Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you my back to school makeup look. This is my minimal glam back to school makeup look when I still want to wear a full face and look presentable, make an impression for my first day of school, but I don't want to go crazy. This is the look that I would go for. I love this really pretty, soft and simple glam. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I do not do this makeup look every single day for school. If you guys want to see a more go-to in a rush type of makeup look that I do when I have less time in the morning, definitely make sure to go check out my no foundation makeup routine. I will have it in a card right here as well as down below. But when I have a little bit more time in the morning, or when I want to make a good impression maybe for my first week of classes, I will get a little bit more glam. So this is the look that I would typically go for that. I think it is very soft and pretty, really put together, but it doesn't take up much time. So I really hope that you guys enjoy seeing this video. I do have a back to school giveaway for you guys at the end of this video, so definitely make sure to stay tuned for that, and let's just go ahead and get started. So starting the video off with my brows already done, I did use Drugstore products, of course, to fill in my brows today. I used the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown. This isn't my favorite brow pencil. I don't really have one that I really love from the drugstore, but I do think that this is good for the price. The Wet n Wild brow pencils are like $2 or $3, and they are really nice. This one has the thicker tip. It kind of resembles more like the Anastasia brow definer, but I do want to try the Wet n Wild micro brow pencil, I believe it's called. I feel like that one I would like more because it mimics more of the brow width. So I use that one to outline and slightly fill in my brows, and then to finish filling in my brows, I use the Profusion Cosmetics brow powder in the shade light to medium, and you can pick this one up at Target in a set with other stuff like a brow gel, a brow pencil, as well as a tweezer, so you have everything to do your brows for $7, which is great. And then I also did outline my brows and prime my lids with the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade 20 Light. I haven't used this concealer in a while, but it is a really nice formula. It is also a dupe for the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. If you guys were wondering, really similar in formula. I wish I still had the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer so I could show you guys, but really similar. You're just going to have to trust me on this one. So that is what I did for my little brow routine today, and now let's move on to eyeshadow. So I definitely have mentioned this to you guys in the past and used these in other drugstore tutorials, but these are just the absolute best drugstore eyeshadows. It is really hard to find drugstore eyeshadows that are blendable, pigmented, they're not patchy, they perform really nicely, and these Wet n Wild ones are just the best. So today I'm going to be using primarily their Comfort Zone palette because it just has a nice of safe neutrals, especially for back to school. I typically don't have a lot of time in the morning. Sometimes I will just have time for just like a little bit of eyeshadow, maybe a crease color and a lid color, and honestly a lot of the times I'm just too tired to do a really crazy eye look. So I think I'm just going to be keeping it really simple today, maybe just using one or two colors out of this palette. And then I also do have the Not a Basic Peach palette. This one has some more like fun summery colors, so maybe I'll dip into here as well if I'm feeling like it. But I'm gonna start off with the Comfort Zone palette, and I'm gonna take this crease shade right here on an Alamod Cosmetics crease brush and just run that through my crease. These eyeshadows are just the best at the drugstore, and they are crazy pigmented, and I really love that they come in a bunch of different color stories depending on what you guys like, and they do have a few that are also really similar to some of my favorite Anastasia palettes, like the Soft Glam and the Modern Renaissance. They have these palettes with really similar colors. I mean, do you guys see how pigmented those are? That's one dip into the pan. I feel like it's almost too much, like I went a little crazy. Now that I have that shade fluffed all over my crease, I'm gonna take the same exact shade just on a little bit more of a defined brush just to apply this more in my lower crease, like focusing it more down here just to add a little bit more dimension in the crease. I don't want to use like too many colors or anything, so using the same color, just kind of changing up the placement, can still give the effect that you're using multiple different shadows, especially if you pack it on like a little bit darker.
So
So now for my lids, again, just keeping it simple, I switched over to the Not a Basic Peach palette, and I'm gonna take this light white shimmery shade. It's really pretty, really subtle on the lid, but I am going to apply it dry and then build it up on top wet, just to give my lid a little bit more of a pop, since I think this is all I'm going to be doing for the eyes. Applying these particular shimmer shades in the Wet n Wild Palettes Wet definitely makes a huge difference, just because they aren't like the most crazy metallic formula, but wetting them just adds like a little bit of a pop to them, and they are really perfect day to day for school. And to re-intensify the color, I'm just taking a little bit on my finger and pressing it on top of where I already applied that shadow. As you guys can see, it just makes it look a lot more intense, and it makes the lid look very awake and open, which is key definitely for me going to school. I remember in high school, I would be getting ready at like 5:30, 6 a.m. and then just dipping back into the original crease shade one more time to blend around the edges. Now I'm just gonna quickly finish up the eyes with some mascara. My two drugstore favorites are the Essence Lash Princess, but I know that this isn't available in store everywhere or in typical drugstores. So I also wanted to mention the Maybelline Total Temptation is also a great drugstore option. You guys can pick this up almost anywhere, or you can get either of them on Amazon. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara off camera, and then I will be back so we can start working on the face with more drugstore products. So the next thing after mascara is of course priming my face, and my favorite drugstore primer at the moment is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This primer is really universal for a lot of skin types, and it will keep the makeup on all day. It just really keeps the base looking nice and in place. So I'm going to be using this, just going to apply it everywhere, focusing it though on the center of my face, because I feel like that's where my makeup tends to break down the fastest. There are so many amazing drugstore foundations that are so good for back to school. You guys do not have to spend a lot of money on foundation. So I just want to share with you guys some of my favorites. If you guys have been watching me, you know Maybelline has my favorite foundations. I really love their Dream Satin Liquid if you guys are looking for like hydrating to medium coverage. If you guys are more on the oily side and want something with more of a powdery matte finish to keep you matte all day, the Maybelline Matte and Poreless is going to be amazing for school. A really nice one from L'Oreal that I love, that is full coverage and has a nice like natural to luminous finish to it, is their Infallible Fresh Wear, and this also has SPF. So if you're going to be spending maybe some of your day outside, if you're on like a college campus and you're going to be studying outside or something, the SPF is really nice. And last but not least, my personal favorite is the Maybelline 24-Hour Super Stay Foundation. I talk about this all the time on my channel, but this is probably going to last the longest out of all of the ones that I'm mentioning today. It is very full coverage, and it just sits on this perfect like in between on the spectrum of luminous and matte. It is just the most perfect natural full coverage finish, if that makes any sense. I would recommend this one time and time again if you guys want your makeup to last all day for the school day. If you want something a little bit lighter and more catered to your personal skin tone, whether you are dry or oily, I would go with one of the other ones that I mentioned. The Super Stay is going to be very universal for dry or oily skin, but definitely way more on the full coverage side. I'm gonna go with the Super Stay today because I have really long school days, and this one is just going to last me the longest. It's going to look just the nicest for the longest amount of time, and it really doesn't need many touch-ups. I never ever have to blot when I wear this foundation. So just thinking about my foundation in like an upkeep perspective, I'm going to go with the Super Stay, and I wear this one in the shade 120 Classic Ivory at the moment. To conceal my under eyes, I'm going back in with the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade 20 Light. Under eye concealer is an absolute must on a school morning because most nights before school, I typically don't get a lot of sleep because I go to bed late and then I have to wake up early. Sorry you guys, I just had to switch out my camera battery and I was in the middle of applying my concealer, but I was saying under eye concealer is a total must for me on school mornings because I typically look very tired, and this just gives me a total pick-me-up. I think concealer makes the biggest difference in any makeup look, whether you're doing a minimal glam like today, a no makeup look, or even if you're doing a full glam. Concealer, in my opinion, is just so crucial to any look because when your under eyes look nice and clean, the whole look just looks like structured and it comes together, if that makes any sense. So this is a really nice drugstore concealer. As I mentioned earlier, it is a really nice dupe for the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer as well. It is thin, full coverage, and blends out really seamlessly. And I'm using this with the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge, which is the best, also available at the drugstore. To set all the makeup in place for the school day and just to make sure nothing budges, I'm gonna go ahead and set everything with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I just love Maybelline base products. This video is not sponsored by Maybelline. I wish it was. Anyone from Maybelline, if you're watching this, hit me up because I love your base products and they are so awesome. All jokes aside, you guys, they really do have the best long-lasting base products for such a great price. As you guys saw, the foundation and concealer look beautiful on the skin, and this powder is going to be so much better than a lot of the high-end powders that I have tried. I really like this powder more than the Laura Mercier. It is just perfection. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly finish up the bottom of my eyes before I do a bronzer and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go in with the same exact brown that I used on the top of my eye and just really lightly buff this on the bottom of my lower lash line. I don't want it to look really intense and smoky, but just to give myself a little bit of something on the lower lash line, I'm just going to lightly buff this under there. And finally, just finishing up the eyes with a little waterproof mascara. You definitely don't want to smudge or anything, especially going back to school in August and September when it still is hot. I know a lot of classrooms, at least in my high school, we didn't have air conditioning in all places of the schools, so it could definitely get hot and you don't want to smudge on your lower lashes. So waterproof is just always my best bet for the lower lashes. To bronze the skin, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is a really nice bronzer from the drugstore. I would definitely say it's the best option from the drugstore when it comes to bronzer. It is the only one that I've found that really works out for me and just bronzes the skin that I like. A lot of other drugstore bronzers aren't really that pigmented. My favorite formula of drugstore blush are the e.l.f. blushes. Their little single blushes are only $3 and they're so good. They also have amazing blush palettes, which I also talked about in my top 10 under 10 video. If you guys want to go check that out, I talk about a lot of great affordable drugstore products that are under $10, but this one is really pretty. This one is in the shade Twinkle Pink. It's that really pretty coral shade with little gold flecks of shimmer, but it's just really pretty, universal for like any nice neutral eye look. It just matches really nicely. There are also so many amazing drugstore highlighter options. My favorites are the Wet n Wild ones. I talk about these a bunch on my channel, but another one that is really great, a little bit more subtle, I would say really perfect for back to school, especially if you guys are maybe a little bit younger and you don't want a super intense blinding highlight. These Physician Formula shimmer bricks are so good. I have mine in the shade Warm Nude, and I really like this because it gives more of like a subtle glow from within, and I love that you get different colors. So You can kind of use them as blush toppers, you could use them as eyeshadows, and it works for a really great range of skin tones because you get lighter shades, tan shades, golden shades, things like that. So I'm just gonna focus my brush in the lighter first shades over here and use this as my highlighter today, and you guys are gonna see it just gives the most like beautiful subtle glow, but it's still there, like it's still something. So once everything on the face is done, I'm going to use the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Spray Illuminating to set the face. Setting spray is also something the Drugstore does really, really well. The Catrice ones are great, the Wet n Wild. So I'm just going to spray this on the skin to make sure everything looks nice and fresh, just to take down any excess powder that I might have applied, and of course to help the makeup last throughout the day. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in the shade Bear to Comment. This is an amazing lip liner. Mine is pretty much flat and almost empty, but I wanna try to use this because it is my favorite from the Drugstore. I think one of the easiest lip products to throw on for school is a gloss. So today I'm gonna use the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lip Lacquer. I really like these because they are really easy to maintain and upkeep, and you don't really have to worry about them too much throughout the day, but they still have a lot of color and they're not like a really sheer gloss either. All right, you guys, so here's the final look. Here is my minimal glam back to school makeup look. I really hope that you guys enjoy. I think that this look is really perfect whether you're in high school, college, or maybe you just need a makeup look for work or your internship. I just think this is really soft and pretty. Definitely something that I will be doing a lot this upcoming school year. So as always, I want to wish you guys an amazing back to school year. It is going to be an amazing year, and I want to give you guys a little something to help you guys out with going back to school, so you could just stay organized and buy yourself a little something nice for the back to school season. So I'm going to be hosting a little back to school giveaway. I'm going to be giving away a planner. This is my favorite planner because I just love staying organized, and I've been using this brand for a really long time. This is by the brand Blue Sky. I get these every single year at Target, and my favorite thing about them is that they are academic planners. So they go from July 2019 to June of 2020. Unfortunately, you guys are going to have to skip over July and August in this planner, but that's okay because you still have the rest of the school year to use. This is just like my favorite layout of planner because you could see the whole month at a glance, and then you could also see week by week, write out everything that you have to do. I swear by using a planner, and especially if you guys are going into college, it is going to be your best friend keeping up with assignments and due dates or group projects. So I wanted to give you guys a planner because this is definitely a huge essential for me going back to school. And with the planner, I'm going to be giving away a $25 Target gift card just so you guys can buy some supplies or maybe some of the Drugstore makeup that I mentioned in this video, just to help you guys get some stuff for your back to school. Like I said, supplies, folders, notebooks, or if you want to get some of the makeup that I'm wearing again, I just wanted to give you guys a little something to help you out there. I am so excited to give one of you the chance to win these two items, help you out with going back to school. So here's how to enter the giveaway. So of course, the first thing that you guys have to do is subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to like this video because it really helps me out, and I want to give these products to someone who supports my channel. Also, leave me a comment down below letting me know what grade you guys are going into, if you're in middle school, high school, college, and what you guys are looking forward to the most going back to school. What's your favorite part about going back to school? Anything in that area, just leave me a comment down below. And also in your comment, make sure to include an email or an Instagram, a form of contact like that, so I can get in touch with you if you are the winner of this giveaway. If you guys want some bonus entries, you could also follow my social medias. My Instagram and my Twitter are both at Jackie Ann Makeup. This is definitely optional, so definitely don't worry if you guys don't have social media, but if you want to follow me on those accounts, you can definitely do so. This giveaway is also US only, so please only enter if you are located in the United States. I'm so sorry for any of my international viewers. That is just the easiest for me when it comes to shipping and stuff like that. Also, if you are under the age of 18. Just make sure to have your parents' permission that it is okay for me to send these products to you guys and for you to enter this giveaway. So I believe that is everything. That is how to enter the giveaway. I will have everything listed down below. The giveaway will end in 2 weeks from today. I will have the exact date that it ends in the description box down below. So good luck to all of you. I really hope that you guys have an awesome back to school year. If you did enjoy seeing this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, click that notification bell down below and you will get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!